Ladies, you six represent the best and the worst of the week. It is time for the judges' critiques. Series 4 is when we went hog wild with the casting. We allowed the casting to open up to what we in America call gender F word, which is a style of drag that's more punk rock and political and irreverent, which I know the English love. And so it's, you are in for a wild ride, definitely. Up next, we've got Sharon Needles.
Hello, RuPaul.
How'd it feel up there on the runway?
Oh, I felt drop-dead gorgeous.
There are some spectacularly named individuals in Series 4. I mean, do you always kind of find those characters with those big names in order to kind of amp the show up each series?
No, you know, the girls choose their own names, but it's a tradition in drag to be irreverent and to be shocking, and drag exists to remind people, culture, to not take itself too seriously. And now, it's time to face the music. Madame the Queer.
Hello, hola.
Let's go to Natalie Cole.
I love your essence, but I don't like the outfit.
You get some ridiculously good guests on there. How do these people end up on the show?
Well, you know, getting the guest judges on the show is always a challenge because of the scheduling, but everybody wants to do it. It's just that when we shoot during the summer, usually people are on tour or they're doing, but we end up finding some really, really great guests. In fact, on season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race, which of course is on True TV, we have Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, who I live for.
I am impressed that she can carry that giant thing on her head. I mean, I have this giant thing on my head, and it's bad enough.
I saw her film when I was younger.
You mean you've only seen it the one time?
Well, it was, I had to go back to the video shop.
Yeah.
And it was a waiting list, obviously, so...
Oh, buy it. Go and buy it. It's one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. I watch it on average about maybe 5 times a year. And I've seen it maybe 100 times in my lifetime. I love it. She's on the series, and Pamela Anderson is on the show, and it just goes on. And these are people in show business who understand that they, too, are drag queens.
Do you think that extends right out to Hollywood, then? Like, when you see people in big-budget action blockbusters, a Brit like Tom Hardy, for example, in Mad Max, he's a drag queen.
Everybody is a drag queen. Tom Hardy is a drag queen from Mad Max. Everybody. Actually, even the bloke who works down at McDonald's or at Tesco, everybody is doing drag, whether they know it or not. My famous saying is, you're born naked and the rest is drag. And that's true for everyone.
Now, when are you going to bring RuPaul's Drag Race to the UK? When are we going to see a British version? Is in the pipeline? You know, I think that with True TV bringing RuPaul's Drag Race to the UK, I think it's the first step in there being a RuPaul's Drag Race UK edition. Obviously, it would be different because UK drag queens are, you know, they've got a bit of bite in them. There's a whole lot of irreverence. And there's a lot of, like, as we know, double entendres, and there's a lot more edginess, you know. UK drag queens can be very clever, but they can be very sharp and cutting, if you know what I mean. Next up, Milan as Diana Ross.
I had trouble with the makeup. She looked a little cross-eyed at times.
You just didn't have the Diana demeanor. She floats, you know what I mean? She's like Febreze, it's just better.
And you were like Chris Rock, like, how much it cost for one reel?
That's what I love about English humor, and I grew up watching Monty Python's Flying Circus, so that was my entree into drag and irreverence, and that was the first time I realized that, yes, I had a tribe, and they were out there, they existed. It was just my job to go and find them. Are you making fun of me, Michelle?
Some drag queens can be so touchy.
If you were to bring Drag Race to the UK, and hopefully you will.
Yeah.
Who would your dream guests be in terms of the panel that you would have sat alongside you judging? Who are the kind of #1 people you immediately want sat next to you?
Well, obviously, I'd want Michelle Visage. She's an Anglophile, and she belongs over here. But I'd love to have Jonathan Ross. He'd be fantastic. And Katie Price is a drag queen, and she knows drag. So I think that would be the perfect lineup. Absolutely.
Any potential royal members of the family, because they have link to a queen?
Yes, that's true. Listen, the royal family is absolutely welcome on any panel that I would be involved with. In fact, I'm a big fan of the royal family, and they've taught the world civility. Maybe they can teach my queens civility. Lots of luck.
I tend to think that emotions are for ugly people.
No, no, we do have them too, but so can you.